Good evening. I'm Carrie Barrett. Thank you for joining us for this Fox 29 special report. Some breaking news to bring to you at this moment. You are looking right now at a live picture of a plane at Philadelphia International Airport that has had some issues upon trying to depart. There was an issue with the nose gear. That plane, I know it's difficult to see from this particular picture and it's a little bit blurry, but that plane is actually sitting at the end of the runway. Passengers are being evacuated. That is the good news. There are no injuries, but we're understanding also that an engine perhaps caught fire. A chute was deployed. This is a US Airways flight, again, departing Philadelphia International Airport. We're not sure where it was headed. Dave Schrottweiser, though, has been working this story. He's joining us now on the phone. So, Dave, what have you learned?
Well, Kerry, I just talked to some officials who are on the scene down there, including some of the city's top officials who handle incidents like this at the airport. And what they're telling me is that there was an engine fire on board that plane, that fire is now out, that the chutes were deployed from the plane, passengers were evacuated off of the plane via those chutes, and that there are no injuries. That's the good news that we hear at this point. No information yet how many passengers may have been on board the plane, how quickly they got off the plane, but as you can see from the video, it is nose down on the runway there, so there's still information. Some of the officials I'm talking to are just arriving on the scene, so they don't have a full amount of information on this at this point. But apparently, as the plane, I believe, was taking off, some type of problem developed. There was an engine fire. The engine fire is out. The chutes were deployed. Everyone was evacuated. And again, the good news is no injuries were reported. This appears to be, from the video, at least I'm looking at, is at the end of the runway in that area. So that's good. That's normally an area, obviously, that wouldn't be populated with other planes or vehicles or anything like that. It may have been that they may have directed the plane to that end of the airport to move it away from other aircraft that might be in the area or taxiing and things like that. Normally, anytime there's an incident at the airport, they move it to an isolated area on the airport so it doesn't disrupt or cause any further problems either on the ground or with planes landing or taking off.
Sure. So do we know at this point, and I'm sure a lot of this, as you know, is still developing. It just happened a few moments ago. The issue with the nose gear and then the fire in the engine, did one necessarily cause the other, or is that something that they're still having to look at?
Well, I would simply be speculating here. I don't know at this point, but I'm wondering if in order to get the plane to a stop and possibly away from any kind of other situation on the runway, if they pulled, possibly off the end of the runway, and maybe that caused the gear to collapse in the front. But again, that's speculation by me. I haven't talked to anybody in the last couple of minutes. The instant information from them was, again, that there was a fire on board in one of the engines, that fire was now out, and that everybody had gone down the chutes that were deployed from the plane, and there were no injuries. Obviously, everybody is at the airport